Guys, today in this video I'm going to do an unboxing of this, it's a new 4K Android TV box that I received to evaluate. Anyway, let's open this thing up and take a look at what's in the box. So I just received this. And I open it up. We have the destruction manual. We'll take a look at the manual here and we'll see that it is written. It's got English. It's written in English. Looks like it's got French. And could be German, maybe? Don't know. It looks like it could be Spanish. Anyway, the manual's in a bunch of different languages. Set the manual over here. What we want to see is we want to take a look at this. It's an MXQ Pro. It's a 4K box, so we'll just unbox this unit and I'll unwrap it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hook it up to my TV and we're going to set this puppy up and see how well this unit works. So there's the unit there. Let's see what else is in the box. Inside here we have a power adapter, remote control, and an HDMI cable. Get rid of all this garbage. Because really all we care about is the unit itself, the remote control, and the power adapter. Now this unit looks to have been shipped with, I won't need the HDMI cable as I have one, so I won't be using that right now. I'll use the one that's already on my TV, but already right out of the box I can tell that this was shipped with a European plug. They actually sent me, because I'm in North America, they actually sent me a North American adapter. It is a universal adapter. It operates on between 100 and 240 volts. AC, the output is 5 volts at 2 amps. And it's just a standard barrel connector, so I mean any 5 volt 2 amp adapter will work. But I do have the adapter here so I can plug this thing in and just plug it into my regular standard North American outlet, which is going to be fine for the test. So I'm going to get this thing set up, I'm going to get it plugged into the TV, and then we'll see what exactly this thing does. But before I do that, let's just take a look at the unit itself. Maybe you guys want to see what the inside of this thing looks like. Let's take it apart and we'll examine this first and then I'll hook it up. So this thing's going to come apart. I'm sure there's going to be screws on the bottom here that have to come out, and I probably have to pull, which I do. I have to take out the feet, and there's some small Phillips screws. So we'll remove the 4 feet here. I'm just going to go grab a small screwdriver. We'll take this thing apart and just see what the chipset is in here and take a look at it, and then we'll fire it up and see how it works. Okay, so there's the unit itself. We've got an antenna here. This will be for either for Bluetooth. I don't think it's got Bluetooth. It'll just be the Wi-Fi antenna on it, because it does have Wi-Fi built in. But looking at the actual layout, we can't see what processor it's got because it's under a heatsink here, so we won't be able to see that. But we can certainly look at some of the other chips on here, see how they've laid this thing out. Hopefully the camera is in focus. I can't tell because I'm just looking at like a small 2-inch screen, so I'm hoping that it's in focus. Anyway, that's the basic look of the unit. It's got an SD card slot. It's got 4 USB ports. It's got an AV output and a SPDIF output. HDMI. It's got the LAN, Cat5 LAN connector, and it's also got the onboard Wi-Fi. Not really much to see here, so let's just put this thing back together, and we'll get it powered up. We'll set this unit up, and we'll see what we can get with this thing. Right now it should not have anything installed on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Kodi on here, and then we'll load in a few repositories and see how well the unit works, and we'll see if we can stream some 4K content from, say, YouTube or any other provider that may have stuff in 4K. It really amazes me how cheap these things have gotten too. I remember when I first saw them hitting the market, they were actually quite expensive, and now these things are, these things are a dime a dozen. These units now. What I have typically used in the past to run Kodi or XBMC is I've used Raspberry Pis, and maybe we'll do a video on a Raspberry Pi and how to set one of those up at a future time. But today we're going to set this one up. Okay, I have the unit is now connected to a mouse and to my HDMI, and I'm just going to plug the power in and turn the unit on, and we'll see what comes up on the screen here as the system boots up. Well, there we go. The unit is now booted up, and as you can see, this unit actually has Kodi preloaded on it, which is interesting. So I've got the remote control here, and I can go through the different apps and settings and so forth. I'm going to go into settings. So I've killed some of the lights in here, as we don't need to have all the lights running. Let's go and select network, and it's going to show me all the Wi-Fi devices that are available here. I'm just going to find my Wi-Fi network and set it up, and then we'll test it out. It looks like it only has the 2.4 band. It does not have a 5 gigahertz radio in this thing. So let me connect it to my network here. Okay, so now I'm connected to my network. I'm just going to press the return key here, and that should return me back to the main menu. And let's just check out what is already installed on this unit. Let's go down to Kodi, which is pre-installed on this unit, and it's going to prepare for first run. So we'll have to enter some repositories here to get some content through Kodi. But that's the reason you buy one of these boxes, right? You don't buy one of these things to watch Netflix or watch YouTube. You buy one of these things to watch Kodi. So it's going to prepare itself for the first run. Let's give this thing a few minutes here, and I'm going to look up my sources that I need to put in for my repositories. And I might even plug a keyboard in to make typing a little easier. Now, since this box came preloaded with Kodi 16.1, I'm going to use the older Fusion installer. I know 17.1 you can do things a bit differently, and maybe we'll upgrade the box to 17.1. But right now, I'm going to install what is probably the best for this version of Kodi. This is more of a classic version. People that like to tinker like to use Fusion. It gives you can play around with it a little more. Anyway, let's get this installed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my mouse and I'm going to go over to System. Over here somewhere, System. Where's my pointer? There's System, and I'm going to go into Settings. Okay, now I need to click on Add-ons. So I go to Add-ons, and I'm going to need to install from a zip file. Oh, look, they've got a bunch of them already installed. I didn't even have to install Fusion. Normally you have to put this in, but this has got a bunch of these things already pre-installed. So I'm just going to click on here, and I'll click Kodi Repos, English, and here I have a list of a bunch of repos that I can install. and I just have to pick one to install. As you can see, there's lots of choices here. Most of these I've never used because personally I don't use Kodi or any of these programs for piracy. So okay, let's just try Blaze Repo. So I'll click on Blaze Repo, and Blaze Repo is now added on and it's updated, and I then can go up to, where is it, installed from repository. There we go. Looks like there's a bunch of them that are already on here already. Go down video add-ons, and here's some channels that we can add. So I click on 2 movies, for example, and I'll just click install, and this is going to install. And if I want to install this one, again, we just install the different repositories, and it's going to download them, as you can see. And I just can go down here and I can install all the ones that I want. And it gives you an idea of what the content is going to be, right? And I think we'll just leave it at that one right now. And we'll go back here. We'll see what other ones here. These are some of the ones that are already pre-installed on this box. And it looks like there's quite a few that they came pre-installed. Okay, I'm going to go click on the home button here, and we'll go back to videos. Oops, not that one. Go back and click on videos. Here we go. Videos, add-ons. These are the ones that I've just added on here, right? So, oh, PrimeWire. Let's go to PrimeWire. That one's already pre-installed. PrimeWire is usually pretty good. I was looking for that one, but looks like it was already pre-installed on this box. So I go to like movies or TV shows, and I'll just pick TV shows for the heck of it, just to give you guys a rundown on how fast this thing works. And let's just search for something. Let's see here. I'll try and find something that's kind of obscure. Let's see if it'll find that show. It's a TV show. See how fast it finds it. See if it's even available on Kodi. I don't know. I've never searched for it, but it's looking like it looks like it does search it pretty good. So it's very quick. And if I go and pick this up, this should be a TV show from about 2006, which it is. One of the better shows that ever came out of the CBC. And they canceled it after 2 seasons, but you know, we'll just pick season 1, episode 1, and we'll see whether this thing actually starts to run. So I can just pick a title here and click on it, and we'll see how quick this thing is and whether the stream's actually working. And sometimes the streams are down, but I generally find one channel, which is one of the few that I actually have run. It's actually pretty good. And there it is. I'm only going to show the opening sequence for this. I won't show the show, but anyway, yeah, there's the there it's working. We'll see if this thing's going to kick in. I don't know if this show was actually streamed in HD or not. Or at least it was broadcast in HD, but whether it actually was in HD on the on Kodi or not. A lot of these shows are not. Now I've got I get the remote control here. We'll just see whether this thing will actually work it, which it does. I can now control this thing by my little remote control. I don't want to show it for too long there because I don't need to get a copyright strike. But I've searched that out. I'm going to try searching another show here. I'm just going to go back to search. Now I'm using the remote control, and this time, I mean, you can plug a keyboard in or a wireless keyboard. I did that the last time. This time I'm going to search it. And I'm just going to search it using the remote control. So if you just had this box plugged into your TV and didn't have a mouse or keyboard, I'm going to search out another good Canadian show. This is actually a current show. We'll see whether this one's on. This one's called the Romeo section. I'm going to search out this time. So let's just see how fast it will find these shows. Yes, I know this is a slow way of entering things, but so we'll search that and we'll see how fast if it finds this one. First of all, we'll see if this show is actually even on. And it is, of course, because it's a great show. This is another show that was done by the CBC and produced by, it's produced in Vancouver, BC, and it actually is set here. And this is another really good show. If you think I'm giving these TV shows a plug, I kind of am, because if you like espionage and gritty underworld type shows, these are pretty much right up there with the best that's out there. And a lot of people may not have seen these shows because, well, they're a Canadian show, and a lot of Canadian shows don't get a lot of international play. But, you know, these ones might be ones worth checking out if you've got, I need authorization to play the stream. Well, we'll just try it from a different, server and see. We'll just try it. We'll just go down to one of these other ones here. That's the thing with that one's failed to play, so maybe this show has been taken offline. We'll see here. We'll try some of the other servers, and generally you can find one. If you get ones that don't play, you can generally find ones that will play. And this one here looks like this one's going to play. So let's take a look at this one here. And no, it's not Hong Kong. It's Vancouver. Okay, it's not Hong Kong. And we have a little bit of a buffer underrun there from this particular server, but there we go. Anyway, it's working. So this is another great show if you want to check out. If you like shows about spies and drug smugglers and espionage and informers, and you know, it's good shows, good stuff. So that's two there. That's 2 for 2. Let's stop this one, and I'll use the remote control that came with it. So I'll just press OK and then click over to stop. And let's go and search something else out. So I'm going to back up here, and let's go and search out. Let's go search out Game of Thrones. Everybody knows that Game of Thrones is going to be there, right? So I'll go to search, and I'm going to use my keyboard this time just because it's faster. As you can see, this unit is actually pretty darn quick at searching. If I go on to Game of Thrones, it should show me every episode from every season, because that's what's up there. So if I go to, I'll just go to season 6 for the heck. I've never seen this show, so but we'll go to season 6 and see what episodes are available. And it looks like they're all there, so we'll just click on one of them here and see what happens. So as you can see, we'll pick one that's got a respectable number of views, and sometimes they're going to play and sometimes they're not going to play. So you pretty much have to pretty much have to try multiple sources to find one that's going to play. And again, this is the problem you run into sometimes when you're trying to watch pirated content. Things don't always go as you would like. You have to try multiple sources, and eventually you can usually find one that will work, and then sometimes you'll find that they don't work. Try that one. Nope, playback failed. And I doubt the one that's only had 9 views. You see these ones here. These ones here, they want you to pair your device with them. No thanks. Last thing you wanted to be doing is registering, right? And registering your device with a site, that's a good way to get a knock on your door. But we'll just try a few other ones here and see whether it actually will play. Looks like this one is going to work, and that one works. So that's a little rundown on how Kodi works on this box. It looks to be working. It looks to be really, it's quite powerful. It's, get the mouse off the screen there, just put it off the screen, and it'll go off in a second here. But that's how this thing works. Next thing we'll do is we're going to take a look at the actual specifications. So it's going to bring up the specs on this thing, and we'll take a look at the processors and so forth. So I'll stop this from playing, and I'll actually get right out of Kodi. So I'll just back up with the back key. And before I exit Kodi, I'm going to go over to System. So I'll go over to System, and I can go down to System Info, and we can take a look, and we can see a lot of memory this thing's got in it. Right now, as you can see, my screen resolution is 3840 by 2160 at 60 Hertz full screen. So it actually is outputting in 4K. So if there was a 4K content, we should be able to see it in 4K. As you can see, we've got 4 CPUs, and here's a quad core. So it's showing 3 cores here at the speed. Okay, we've got looks like our system, it's 4.5 gigs, 1 gig available. We're using 3.5 gigs of space, so there's 4 gigs of internal RAM, actually 4.5 gigs of internal RAM on this thing. We're using 3.5 gigs on here. And remember, this is Kodi. This is just Kodi. This is not the Android overhead. This is just Kodi's using this. Screen resolution, it's a ARM processor. GPU is a Mali 450, right? Hardware, here we go. So it's an Arch 64 processor. Hardware is AM Logic. And I'm just going to shut down Kodi, and we'll go back to let's go to YouTube. So let me scroll down here to the little power button, and I'll press OK, and this will kill Kodi, and this should now return the unit back to Android. So now the unit is back to the Android operating system. We can scroll down here and take a look at some of the other icons that it's got on here. I don't know what any of these ones are. What is this one? Is this YouTube? It looks like that one might be YouTube. It is! Cool. Let's go find one of my videos. I'll just search out my my own stuff here. I'll just click up here and type in 12 volt vids. And of course I didn't type it right because that looks right. Okay. Okay, that looks like me. Let's find something. So I'll hit enter, and that's interesting. The enter is putting up a Q. When I press the enter key on this thing, it's entering the letter Q on this keyboard. Weird. Okay, so if I click on my mug, that should bring up my channel, and let's just go and find something that is in 4K. So if I use the remote control here, I should be able to click down and go through here, and I'm going to find something that I've done in 4K. That's not my videos. Where's my videos? Mine are all here, looks like. So I'm just going to find something that I've done in 4K and take a look and see how the 4K playback is. So I'm just going to have to search a bit here. Oh yes, this one here is 4K. Where are we here? I guess it's this one that's going to play. So if I hit OK, this should play. Yeah, this should play in 4K. Now I notice it's not filling the full screen. It's got the Android soft keys around the edge. I just wonder if I click on it, maybe it'll go to full screen. I'm at the Queensboro Community Center here for the Burnaby Amateur Radio Club flea market, and I'm hoping that I'm going to find myself a new scope. Let's go on in. I'm still trying to figure out what key to press to get this stuff off the bottom of the screen here. Oh, it's only letting me go up to 1080. That's interesting. That's interesting because it's outputting 4K, but I'm only able to stream up to 1080. Now that might be because I'm connected by Wi-Fi and it's only on the 2.4 gigahertz band. I should try connecting it by Ethernet and see whether I'm going to get 4K, because right now I'm only seeing it in 1080. And I still haven't been able to get rid of that annoying bar at the bottom of the screen. But I'm sure there's a way to do that. I just haven't figured it out yet. Here's all I had to do is go down with the mouse and click at the bottom corner here, and I got rid of it. I still, at the top of the screen, though, have this at the top of the screen. It's got the time and it's got the Wi-Fi indicator, which is also unacceptable that it's keeping that on the screen all the time. I gotta figure out a way to get rid of that now. And you look at other things in here, like the display settings, which we know here we can adjust our screen resolution, for example. Oh, Daydream. I wonder what that does. It looks like it's got HDR too. Daydream clock. Let's just see what it does, what it says on here. There you go. Have a nice digital clock. Leave that on your TV. Oh, cool. So we can have different things. We can have colors, and if I want to take a look at this, what is this going to do for me? If I click on Start Now, what is this going to show me? Oh, it's going to just show me some funky colors which don't seem to do anything. Are they going to change, or are they just going to sit there? Looks like they're going to change. Oh, far out, man. Psychedelic. So this is what it'll do if it sits for, you can set it for an hour, for example, or set the time. It's just going to go into a screensaver display that just give you whatever you put up there, or we can see when to daydream after an hour, 30 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you can set it to, right? When to sleep. And there's some of the other features. It's got photo frame, so if you have a bunch of photos on there, or photo table, if you've got photos loaded on a USB stick or on a SD card, it's going to go to those. Screen resolution. I'm using the mouse to control this, but here's where you can set your different settings. So you can take it to 720p 50 hertz, 4K 24 hertz, 4K or 2K 24 hertz, maybe both. 4K or 2K 25, 4K or 2K 30 hertz, 4K or 2K 50, 4K or 2K 60 hertz. That's where I'm set right now. And then you've also got SMPTE settings and 1080p 24, 576, 50 hertz, 480p 60 hertz. So it's got different settings. Obviously on a 4K TV you're going to want it on that setting there. If you're plugging it into just a straight, well, this one here actually it'll be 4K or 2K automatically. So if you leave it in that setting, it'll work on anything. Let's try the Film On app down here. Click on this one here. This is Film On, which should be TV anywhere. This would be, I believe this is all advertiser supported on here. Yes, it is. So I go to Live TV. And of course I get spammed with advertising. Okay, here we go. Touch to connect and play videos.
We had 2 tin cans with a piece of string between them.
So here we've got all these TV channels now.
I'm not buying it at all.
BBC News,
The friendships that we had.
BBC One. Let's click on here and see whether it comes in. And I keep getting these ads that have to close down.
So friendship 50 years in the making.
So this one now starts on HD. And now I'm watching BBC One Wales in HD here. Just go and I'm going to kill the sound first of all. Let's go to Canadian TV here and click on Canadian TV and see what we get. Looks like we've got the CTV network out of Edmonton, Regina, Lethbridge and Yorkton. Let's go to CTV, CFRN CTV out of Edmonton. And there we go. It's an ad for Kijiji that's going to run right now. And it's going to go for another 8 seconds. So there we go, and that's HD. And there we go. It is now kicked into live TV on CTV. This is what's on right now. It says right here CTV network. So that's working. So we have live TV on Film On. Just going to click the mouse here and get back out of here and go back to the get back over to see what other, oh, True TV. Let's see if we can get, let's see, let's watch True TV. So I go to True TV and I get another ad.
Looking over, and then it just still
Just
quiet.
double click on here and it should bring it up full screen. There we go. Now this channel's not broadcasting in HD, but there's True TV off of Film On. As you can see, it's got their logo on there. So this is all advertiser supported TV. This is. I'll put my portable hard drive on, my removable hard drive. I'm going to fire up the hard drive, and here's some of my content here. And these 4K file, these are the 4K files here. Let's see. So let's just see how it will play the 4K files off of the hard drive directly. Oh, it seems to be having a bit of a problem, doesn't it?
So we're starting our.
So it doesn't appear to be.
Road trip.
That's not working out too well, is it? It's certainly not. Kodi is certainly not playing this. Let me just bail out of this thing if I can. We'll try this with the the built-in media player. Stop it. That didn't work. I'm just going to get out of, go down here to shut it off. I'm going to get out of Kodi, and I'm going to try playing the MP4 files with the built-in media player, which is not part of Kodi. Obviously, Kodi, as we can see, is not happy playing a 4K file. Okay, drive number 16. Yep, that's the name of the drive. Okay, now this is the movie player that's built in. Allow movie player to access photos and videos. So now this is playing it directly through Android and not going to play it through Kodi. And I'd have to say that it's having trouble playing this as well.
So we're starting our 2015 road trip. We're just leaving Ladner. We're going
So I'm going to say that this is a fail. Definitely a fail. That may be that my data rate is quite high. I know it is quite high on there. Let's just try some other 4K content. Nope, it's still not playing it. So 4K is it's outputting in 4K, but it's certainly not. It's not handling it. That's for sure. We'll try some HD content instead and see whether HD content. Now this is HD, this one, so let's see how HD content works. HD content seems to be working fine, but 4K content leaves a little to be desired. So even though the box says it's 4K, it's well, you saw it. It's not playing MP4 files in 4K. It wasn't streaming anything off of YouTube in 4K. It wasn't going beyond. It wasn't going anything beyond 1080p. Now, by comparison, I'll plug my hard drive right into my smart TV, and we'll see that 4K actually will play on that. So I'm just going to stop this and unmount my hard drive. So here we go. We've got the smart TV plugged in, or the hard drive plugged into the smart TV, so I can look at the same programming. So this is the 4K content, and as you can see, it's going to play fine on the TV. No stuttering, no freezing, no breaking up, no glitching. So this is how it should play. But unfortunately, through the Kodi box, and even when I tried watching it through the Android box, I won't call it a Kodi box because it's an Android box we have Kodi installed on, it's not doing 4K. I couldn't play the same file even with the movie player that was built in. I couldn't play the same file, so I'm going to say that even though it technically should be able to do it, and it's outputting 3840 by 2160 60p signal to the TV sees it as a 60p signal. At 4K, it's not able to play it. It's not able to play the MP4 files from my hard drive. Therefore, it just doesn't seem to have quite enough steam. But you know what? Somebody who's buying one of these boxes is not buying this to watch 4K content. You're buying a box like this to watch streaming TV, and you're not going to be getting anything streaming in 4K. It just there isn't any, or there's not enough content in 4K. Right? This is my time lapse from a series of still photos. There's just not enough content. It is available to stream in 4K right now. That might change, but today there's not a lot out there. And most people don't have the bandwidth to do it anyway. You need a good 20 to 25 megabits sustained download to get 4K content. I have 4K content. I have a 4K box for my TV, and it looks fantastic, right? It looks fantastic. It looks just like what we're seeing right here. This Android box didn't quite cut it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you enjoyed the look at this MXQ Pro 4K Android box. You know, it's for what it costs. I think most people are going to be pretty happy with it, but I wouldn't expect that you're going to get real good 4K playback on it. It's got lots of RAM. The processor should do it. It's a quad core. It should do it. But as you saw when we tried to play 4K content, even playing it locally, it didn't perform properly. The picture was freezing and breaking up. Now I'm going to load Kodi 17.1 onto this box. That's one of the reasons I went and got the Google Play store on there, so I could get the new version of Kodi. I am going to load the new version of Kodi on there, and we'll try that out and see if it makes a difference. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I know it's been a little bit long, and believe me, there's a lot more that I shot on this that I'm showing you, because I did do a lot of testing on this and tried different things with it. But I'm not going to be including them in the video because they're irrelevant. I'm just showing you the media player portions of this. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you later. Bye.